5 at Belmont jumps at 3:35. It's the JJ Richards and Sons handicap over 1,400 metres. And we'll have a look at the most recent trial of first starter in WA. Here comes Lenny.
On the turn, just camped on behind them and about to get down to the inside, was touch sensitive and working into the clear. Invisible Pro starts to get home well down the outside. Here comes Lenny, run up behind a brick wall. It is incarcerated behind those, and now wider on the track is Zara Tide. Down the straight they run. Invisible Pro raced up on the outside to take the lead and start to pull away. Invisible Pro gets to the lead. Down the outside, Zara Tide into second, but Invisible Pro.
Here comes Lenny, brings across some more provincial form from Victoria, but the horse trialled in particularly good fashion just recently for Justin Warwick. The horse just was going around, it's run a quiet trial, was never really clear, but it was picking up the leading pack under its own steam late. So I think that's a good indication that the horse is fitting well. It does have a nice history of running pretty reasonable last 600 metre splits, and it does look to get into a good position from barrier 2, so it should be able to flood into the race. Second pick is the 2, which is Fair Joy. The horse itself, last preparation, managed to lead a 1,400 metre event and recorded a good figure on that day. So I'm expecting it should be able to jump well from that barrier and try and control this race up front. Third pick is the 7, Good Fortune. He comes into this event with the best last start figure, and from the gate itself will probably just be slightly worse in midfield, but it won't have to contend with a horse like Damos either. And then fourth pick is 12, which is Bardsey, who jumped well last start, managed to hold the box seat, was best of the on-speed gallopers in a race where momentum horses down the outside were doing the best work. So I thought that performance had claims coming into this race. On top in race 5 is a 3, Here Comes Lenny, from 2, Fair Joy, 7, Good Fortune, and 12, Bardsey. Race 6 at Belmont jumps at 4:10. It's the free entry to Belmont Park handicap over 1,300 metres. And we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Lucky Linda Lulu.
First into the home straight from Flying Raw, who's now into the clear. Over on the extreme outside, Humanity, which has been parked wide all the way and sticking on. Then Storm Dancer, Lucky Linda Lulu, Discoville behind those. Black Attack, Stoicism trying to work its way through. It's Flying Raw, though, getting away with 100 to go. Flying Raw's a length and a half. Lucky Linda Lulu and Discoville running on, but Flying Raw too good here at Belmont Park. Stoicism.
Going to follow my money here with Lucky Linda Lulu. I don't think the horse was suited last start, where it was just a narrow defeat behind Flying Raw. On that occasion, Lucky Linda Lulu jumped well, ended up being restrained back probably 2 pairs or so through the field. Just seemed to lose that early ground and ended up having to do a long, wide run around the field, and still managed to record a good overall section and the best last start figure coming into this event. So I think it looks better suited. Willie Pike's jumping on board, which is no bad thing either. So Lucky Linda Lulu goes on top for me. From the 10, Rosebush, who does have claims in this sort of event. It's another horse that wasn't necessarily suited last start. It was restrained early, then had to be checked off heels in the straight before it picked up late, but it does seem to figure in these kind of events. Third pick is a 3, which is Wanna Be Good. Again, it's another horse that has claims, but will get back in the field. We saw last start, it was slow away. It just seemed to be even, but it wasn't really clear until the last 150 metres, but the wide barrier is probably more suitable here. And then fourth pick is the 11, Clever Keza, who jumped okay, was ridden with some intent early before just coming wide and towards the straight. And again, it just seemed to peak on its run, but the inside gate looks better suitable, or more suitable here for the horse. On top in race 6 is the 12, Lucky Linda Lulu, from 10, Rosebush, 3, Wanna Be Good, and 11, Clever Keza. That brings us to the last. It's race 7 at Belmont, jumping at 4:45. It's the Amelia Park handicap over 1,000 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Gillespie.
Quick Reflex dropping right out, homeward bound. They're into the straight. It's Gillespie and now Baron Bostock, which are together. Essential Spices, they drift apart down towards the inside. Fights back 2 lengths behind them, Heron Sand. Baron Bostock on the outside reaches the lead. Essential Spice fights back on the rail. Baron Bostock, Essential Spice coming back tooth and nail. Baron Bostock, Essential Spice went to it. There's little between them. The judge...
Gillespie jumped okay, but was ridden with intent. Sat outside the leader before actually leading on the outside on what was just a hectic early pace. It was eyeballing Essential Spice with Baron Bostock just positioned behind them, and those 3 horses cleared out in what was just a mad tempo up front, but all 3 of them were quite strong going to the line. Gillespie faded around the 150 metre mark, but I thought it was entitled to do so, but it does look to get into a better spot here from gate 4. Doesn't even have to lead. There's a bit of speed drawn on the outside of it, but that recent section and overall performance should have it in good stead for this big field here. Second pick is the 9, Vina Volts, which again from the wide barrier should find itself into a reasonably good on-speed position. It just needs to be able to perform relatively what it did last start, where it was 3 wide without cover and was still strong late. So I think that overall fitness edge should hold it in good stead here as well. Third pick is the 11, Stormy Aura. Watch for this horse. Last preparation first up, it was well backed and ran a really good figure where it was on speed there over 1,000 metres at Ascot. Just sat outside the leader in a recent trial, seemed to peak late, so I think it just needed that little bit more fitness on its side. And then fourth pick is the one, Spirit and Fire, who's had 2 strong trials. I'm expecting to be pretty forward. The horse is coming across from Queensland for its first start in WA. Mark Bairstow's had some good success with these horses recently. On top in race 7 is the 6, Gillespie from 9, Vina Waltz, the 11, Stormy Aura, and 1, Spirit and Fire. Best bets at Belmont, race 2, number 1, Gates of Babylon, race 6, number 12, Lucky Linda Lulu. That's all for us here at Perth Racing. If you'd like to keep up to date, please keep in touch via our website or on social media. Until next time on the box seat, I'm Pete Anthemus. Good punting and go well.